As usual, many thanks to my awesome patrons and all of my fine tool partners. And now introducing our newest supporter, Groove Life Silicone Rings. Without the support of all you, I couldn't do this, so thank you very much.
Well, you asked for it many times over, so now you're gonna get it. I've got 8 barn doors here that's ready for stain and finish, but we're not going to apply the stain the good old-fashioned way. We're gonna use a spray gun. That's right, you heard me correctly. We are going to use my Fuji Q4 spray gun to apply stain. I know a lot of people out there have asked me many times how I apply my finish and stain, so I figured I would break down the stain application, and it's really very simple. If this is your first time here, I want to welcome you. Please don't forget, if you like videos like this, along with SketchUp tutorials, please hit that subscribe button and click that bell notification so you know anytime that I post brand new content. So I've got my gun here already assembled, and I've got a couple cups. One I'm going to use for a different color stain because 2 of these doors are going to be slightly different. The other one's going to be for the other 4. Or 6. Math. Anyway, in between coats, I've got another jar here that's full, well, about 3, I don't know, a third maybe? Probably a third, with some mineral spirits. This will help me clean out any stain that I've used in the gun to change over to a new type of color, or just basically clean up when I'm done. So I've got my mixer mate on some Jacobine Minwax here, and I'm going to use my drill to kind of stir it up and get it thoroughly mixed. Once that's done, then I'll just pour it into the cup because stain doesn't need to be thinned. It's already pretty thin to begin with. Now, I'll pour it in. Now, because stain is so thin, the tip I'm going with is a 1.3, which is a general purpose tip. You can actually use a 1.0 if you want to. It'll still spray just fine. So to help protect my table saw, I just like to lay out a couple layers of paper just to make sure that the stain doesn't soak through onto my table. This stuff actually soaks up quite a bit before it goes all the way through. Okay, now the back sides of these doors are actually pretty plain Jane. Applying this the old-fashioned way would still get the job done pretty fast and easy. The trick is about the spray gun is that it tries to keep the blotching down to a minimum because it applies very evenly over the course of the whole door rather than grabbing a whole bunch on a paintbrush and daubing it in a certain area and trying to spread it out before it soaks into that one spot. Now, when I'm applying stain, I really like to use the blue shop towels that come on a roll, but unfortunately I've run out of those pretty recently, so I'm using normal Bounty paper towels. You just have to be careful with these because as you're using them, if they get too wet, sometimes they might leave some debris that you'll have to clean off later. I never use cloth towels or anything like that because sometimes lint will deposit on the grain and you won't see it until you start applying lacquer, and then you see all these little crystally looking nubs all over the place and you gotta sand them out just to get them removed. So try and stick with paper towels, or blue shop towels are even better. Now when it comes to the gun settings, the fan, this is all the way closed off where it's a nice small concentrated stream or circle. I usually go all the way back to an open fan just to kind of see where halfway is at, and then I move it back a little bit closer to open fan versus the closed fan, and that's kind of where I keep it. The material or the product I close all the way off to start, and I've done this enough that I know what I'm doing, but I usually turn it about 2 turns, about 3/4 of a turn each time to start, maybe a half turn each time, and that will kind of gauge where my starting point needs to be, and I'll spray it and then maybe I'll open it some more or close it some more. I don't want a whole lot of product to come out, I just want enough. Now, like I said, the backside is pretty mundane. Nothing really special about it. But this is where the spray gun comes in real handy. When you have all of these sides, nooks, and crannies that you got to get in, you can turn your gun any which way you need to just to get into those areas and just wipe it off as you go. It's super simple. I can have this entire area done, and I'll film it in real time for you. I can have it all done in under a minute. There you go. Door is completely stained. Did this side in under a minute, did the other side and all 4 edges in about 2 minutes. Really simple method to stain any project that you have to ensure that you get in all the nooks and crannies that a brush or rag may not get into. So as you can see, I was able to do all 6 doors with about that much stain inside the cup. Doing it the old-fashioned way, I was never able to do something not only this fast, but that efficient with that much stuff being used. So spraying it can help save a lot on material costs and time for turnover. So you might give this a shot. So now I'm going to change out the stain for another color. So let me show you how that goes. So first, I need to take my mixer that I had with the original stain, which is empty, and just kind of slosh it around here to get some of that off. You can take that little auger out if you need to, kind of drop it down in there. I always keep a can of cleaning spirits for stain and a can of lacquer thinner for my lacquers. I always have it on hand so it's easy to clean my parts off. I found that it's just kind of more efficient. I mean, I can keep using that word, but it really is. It's more efficient. Now, I had a small little accident in the middle of staining my last door. The gun fell, causing a rupture on the seal. So I've got stain that was dripping down all over the place. So that's why the cup's so messy. Normally, that does not happen. So I've got my cup here with some mineral spirits in it. I'm just going to swap it over to the new cup. I've got some mineral spirits on this rag, but I need to kind of redo it. Because what I like to do is take the underside where the seal is at, especially now that I had that seal rupture, and just kind of clean off the lip. Now what I like to do with the mineral spirits that I have inside here is take it outside and just spray a little bit through the gun to kind of clear out any old stain or old color that I might have in here. So let me go spray this real quick. I'll be right back with you. Alright, I'm back after spraying some of the thinner through, and I went ahead and took the gun off, and what I've done is I've dropped this cap down, which is the underside of where the seal is at. There's a small little hole that's in this thing that allows product to flow through, and it can travel up that hose, which is the pressure hose, because there's got to be a hole here in order to put pressure in the can. So product is inevitably going to get through this and go up the hose, and you just have to take that off, just kind of work it down and just kind of clean out any of the old stain in there, because there will be somewhat of a pool of stain that you got to get out. Here's my new cup, my new stain. I'm just going to dump it right into the canister because it's already stirred. Put it right back on here. And I'll just wipe off a little bit of the stain that's on the outside, and then I can go to town on the new color. And that is it. That is how you spray stain on your projects using an HVLP sprayer like my Fuji Q4 here. It's really not a hard process. You don't even need a whole lot of product coming out of the gun. There's not a perfect setting that you have to dial in like you do with lacquer. So just give it a try. Keep one cloth in one hand, keep the spray gun in the other, and just spray it on, wipe it off. I found that if I do an immediate wipe off, I can control the color better rather than just letting it sit and being stuck with what you got. So, if you have any comments, tips, or suggestions, be sure and drop them down below. I want to thank you guys for joining me on this video. If you want to check out any of my other prior tutorials, you can check them out right over there. And be sure and click that subscription face that you see in the center of the screen, and I will catch you guys on the next episode. Many thanks to all of my patrons and tool supporters. Couldn't do it without you. Boom!